Hello friends and family, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're new here, please subscribe and then click the notification bell and choose all so that you get notified each time I upload a new video. I have an announcement to make that you are going to want to hear, so stay tuned through our first DIY project. I'm really looking forward to bringing you today's amazing, festive, yet easy projects. These beautiful Christmas-themed decor pieces all coordinate together and are budget-friendly, costing under $20 for all three. Where else could you find 3 decor pieces of this size and high-end look only spending $20? Friends, I love to create decor that is totally customizable to fit your own color scheme and style. With all that being said, let's begin today's creative journey and have some fun making these absolutely gorgeous, high-end looking Christmas decor pieces. One more note, be sure to stay tuned to the end of the video where I reveal a dupe of my own dupe. But for now, let's jump right in. Like always, the supplies I use are in the description box below. But if you have any questions at all, please add a comment and I'll be sure to get back to you. For all 3 projects, we are going to be duping or duplicating Christmas decor from Kirkland's, which would total $175, and that's considering sale prices. This first project is this adorable set of 3 wooden red buffalo check icons, which sell at Kirkland's for $15. For this project, I started by cutting out the vinyl on my Cricut. But honestly, when you choose simple shapes such as these, you can also cut them out by hand and get the same beautiful results. Next, I simply use transfer tape to transfer the designs onto the wood slices. After that, I tied the jute twine for hanging, and friends, this is all I did to create these simply gorgeous ornaments that anyone is sure to love. And this completes DIY number 1. Today's video is a very special one for so many reasons, but my top 2 reasons are that this is a video I'm putting out after a break from making videos as I was focusing on other priorities like family and self-care. It feels great to create again, and I'm so happy to be back with you, my YouTube family. The other reason why this video is so special to me is because my friend Brandi at the DIY Struggle invited me to join this challenge. She knew that I was taking a break, but she gently nudged me to participate, and so here I am. Because of her encouragement, I'm here today, and I couldn't be happier with this decision. If you're not following her yet, be sure to follow Brandi at the DIY Struggle. Now, this video is part of a collaboration with incredibly talented YouTube creators. I feel like a very small fish in a much bigger pond, but I'm absolutely thrilled to be a part of it on Fridays here in November. A link to each creator's channel is in the description box below. To get there, click on the title and the description will appear. The most important link in that description box is the playlist. The playlist for this week is all dupes from Kirkland's. Not all Christmas, but all from Kirkland's. Each Friday, we will have a different store or website that we were inspired by. Now here is the important announcement. Every week in November, you have a chance to win a $100 Visa gift card. All you need to do is watch the videos in each week's playlist and comment with your answer to the question that each creator asks in their video. For this video, my question is this. Since I like to start a meal with dessert first, what holiday dessert are you looking forward to the most? Put your answer in the comment section below and do the same for the questions on the videos on this playlist. I look forward to responding to your comments soon. This week's drawing will take place on Wednesday, November 10th, 2021, and I will post the results here on my community tab. Moving on to DIY number 2. I got a wreath form, garland ties, and small zip ties from Dollar Tree. I got 2 small wreaths from Target Dollar Spot for $3 each. I borrowed random snips and clips from a different DIY I did last year, and now let's put it all together. First, I took the 2 wreaths and attached them to the wreath form with zip ties. Once I had both wreaths attached to the new wreath form, I fluffed out the leaves and just tried to make it into a better circle. Sometimes the Dollar Tree wreath forms are a little bit wonky, a little bit more oval than circle, so I had to work with it a little bit. Next, I pulled out these garland ties, which you can buy the pack of them at Dollar Tree, and I snipped them into small pieces, about 4 inches each, and bent them in half. This is just so that way I could put them in the wreath and add the berries and the other items to it. After a quick cleanup, because those little garlands are messy, I started connecting them with the clippings that I had from last year's DIY project. From there, I just added a bit of glue and tucked them under the leaves so that you wouldn't see the end of the greenery pieces, but that they would be camouflaged by the magnolia leaves going over them. I did this the entire way around the wreath. About every 4 inches or so, I put a new little embellishment. I kept adding pieces of the berry, greenery, and little pine cones until I felt like the pattern was the way that I wanted it to look, and that it also looked the most like the one that I'm duplicating from Kirkland's website. Finally, we move on to DIY number 3, an ode to Santa's magic reindeer. The original at Kirkland's cost $50, but this one will cost less than $10. I picked up this shadow box frame at Michael's for $5 on clearance. It's great because it's 12 by 12, and that's the same size as the scrapbook paper, which I also got at Michael's. I also used some white vinyl from Dollar Tree and some white faux leather from Dollar Tree. First, I removed the insert, which was actually really stuck on there well, and then I painted the entire frame with black chalkboard paint from Dollar Tree. Make sure when you paint the frame that you're painting not only what you see in front, but the sides, because those will also be seen as well. You'll want to paint the inside and the outside. You'll also want to paint a little bit of the inside edges of the background of the photo box too, simply because the scrapbook paper is just ever so slightly smaller than the 12 by 12 square that it goes into. So when the edges are painted black like that, it gives it a more finished look and you don't see the brown background at all on the edges. Next, I put some Mod Podge. Now, if I would have had a good glue stick, I actually would have used that instead, because then you don't have to worry about the wrinkles and the dry time. But I used what I had on hand, which was Mod Podge that I got at Dollar Tree. And I just put some around the edges, just enough to act like a glue and hold it in place. Now you'll see me using my little Cricut tool here to just smooth it out and make sure that all the edges are smooth and that I wasn't getting any wrinkles. I wanted to make sure that it was all nice and tight in the frame. After letting that dry, it was time to add our words. Now I typed the names of all the reindeer and I chose the font that I wanted, and then it was time to add them to the scrapbook paper. Now when you place it down, you want to use your tool to smooth it out, but you don't want to press really hard, simply because when you pull the transfer tape up off of the scrapbook paper, you don't want to rip the scrapbook paper. So just take your time. As you can see, I just took my time. I went slow. I used my scraper along the way, just in case it looked like any of the words were coming up. But other than that, it came up really smooth because I took my time. Now for the antlers, I decided to use the white faux leather from Dollar Tree. As you can see, it has a bit of a texture to it, just like real leather would. And so I thought it would just give a little more interest, a little more texture to our sign. I laid them in place to decide exactly where I wanted them. And then I put some Mod Podge on the back of them, painted it on, making sure to get all the little edge of the end of the antlers where it gets really thin. And then I just placed it right on the sign where I wanted it to be. After smoothing out those antlers, we're done with our project. I did give it a little bit of time to dry, which is something that you want to do to make sure that they don't slide down when you put it up on the wall. I also put a little bit extra on those ends to make sure that they were stuck down really well. And this is the result of our 3 projects. I hope you've enjoyed DIYing with me today. Please let me know that you like this video by giving me a thumbs up. Each and every like you give helps to support me and my channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe. It's free. Once you click the subscribe button, click the bell to set your notifications to all so that you get notified each time I upload a new video. Also, don't forget to find me on Instagram at DIY with Erica. I'd love to share with you there in a more personal way than YouTube. My subscribers are a positive and supportive group, and I'm thankful for every single one of you. Thanks for your support, friends and family. You mean the world to me. Now, remember in the beginning of the video where I mentioned that I was going to be duping my own dupe? Well, there was something that happened when I was done with the reindeer project. I know that I made it to duplicate Kirkland's, but I really didn't add enough of my own style to it. First of all, the name Rudolph was missing, and that was really bothering me. Then I showed the picture of my project to my mom, and the first thing she said is, "Where's Rudolph?" So I knew that I needed to add him in. Another thing I did is I found these antler ornaments at Hobby Lobby. Now, I know that I've seen people haul them from Dollar Tree, and they look really similar. So check your Dollar Tree first to see if they have them. If not, Hobby Lobby does carry them, and since they were 50% off, they were just $2 each. I added them to the bottom of my project, and I fell in love. I love the texture that it gave, a little bit of sparkle, a 3D effect, and it just really made the project better than I had seen it before. So in fact, I like my version better than I like the one that's in Kirkland's. It just has that extra touch to it that makes it unique. Friends, I hope you find different ways to make your projects unique for this holiday season. Keep crafting, and I'll see you on Instagram.